Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Carlis, welcome, Carlis. Welcome.
Hi, David.
Hello, hello. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Stella. Welcome, Stella. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Bill. Welcome, Bill. Welcome.
Hey, dude.
Hello, welcome. Guys, we'll do a Forex, crypto, and futures market this evening. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We'll get started shortly. Hello, Corey. Welcome, Corey. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. I'm going to go over Forex, crypto, and the futures market. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. Welcome, Kawisi. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hello. We'll get started shortly, guys. Forex, crypto, and the futures markets. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Hope you guys are taking advantage of the move in the dollar pairs. The dollar pairs, we'll go over that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to share my trading screen. All right. All right, hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's see here. All right, so we'll start with the futures market. All right, so monster futures, not a lot of action. Hey, Charity, welcome. Not a lot of action right now in the futures market with heat seeker. Last week, we saw a lot of movement with the bonds, right? With bonds. So I think 5, 10, and 30-year bonds. So a lot of movement. Bonds are really going up. I mean, they've been moving higher, but not a lot of action from heat seeker so far. The major indexes are still down. All right, still down. We are seeing some movement. We started to see some movement last week, so we'll keep an eye on the indexes as we move forward. All right. Let's see here. The dollar is continuing to move higher. We'll go over that. Hey, Seneca, welcome. So we'll go over that. As far as crypto, all right. So we're still holding at 20,000. So 20,000 has become pretty good support here. Hey, Brian, welcome. So 20,000 on Bitcoin is, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks where it's been holding right at that 20,000 mark on Bitcoin. All right, we're still in the markdown phase. All right, we're still in the markdown phase. Our target on Bitcoin is still 10,000. All right, unless we see buyers come in. All right, so we'll watch for that. We'll wait for a buy signal. If we get a buy signal, whenever that happens, we'll do that on the daily time frame. All right. Still a lot of noise on the smaller time frames. Hey, Chris, welcome. Still a lot of noise on the smaller time frames. All right. So even on the daily time frame, we've got pretty good. We're still in the markdown phase. And guys, I will open up the floor in a minute for questions. But here was our sell short signal on Bitcoin. Our previous sell short signal on Bitcoin. All right. And currently this sell short signal that came in May is still open. All right. Still open. All red candles. Right. So still in the markdown phase. All red candles. Sellers are definitely still in control of price. All right. Within the markdown phase, we've got resistance here and support right here. I believe support on the daily, right, is at 19,005. So if we break that, we've got redistribution, and then we'll expect the price to move lower. All right, so be careful with Bitcoin. I know we'll see within the we'll see some intraday moves, big intraday moves. So don't get excited about that. All right. The trend is still down, still in the markdown phase. Red candles, stay away. And as you know, right, Bitcoin is the barometer for the entire crypto market. So you'll notice that the other cryptos will also move lower. Okay, just like here. So we don't have any trading opportunity right now. No, nothing to do right now with Bitcoin. So we'll just hold. We'll just hold and wait. Right, hold and wait. All right.
Hey David, what does it?
Hey,
This
Brian.
is Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, what does the RSI look like on that in that software?
Okay, let's take a quick look. That's a good question. All right, hold on. Okay, so let's pull up the RSI. I'm sure it's oversold, but let's take a look. Hey, Anthony, welcome. All right.
How's it going, David?
All right, good, welcome. All right, let's bring in an RSI. When we open up the chart, guys, you can see it's a lot clearer. Let's see here, RSI. All right. All right, so Brian oversold, right? It's oversold here, but it's gotten out of that oversold territory. All right, let's take a look here. Now, as you guys know, if you don't, this is good information to know, right? So the RSI can stay in oversold territory for quite some time. Hey, Zaire, welcome. All right, so we really started going short on when Bitcoin, this is on the daily time frame, got overbought right here, which coincides to kind of this area right here. And that was about, I would say about almost 70,000. All right. And then things here, we've had, here was a sell short signal right here that came in around 55,000. All right. And notice here where the price got oversold. So this is what Brian is talking about, right? Here was oversold territory, this where it gets blue here. So red is overbought, right? Overbought. Blue here is oversold, right? Which is happened about right here, right in this area here. And then look here again, price became oversold here. So just because we get oversold doesn't mean buyers will come in heavy. All right, we can stay in oversold territory for a long time. All right. So here we are again, we oversold here. All right. All right, and then we are oversold here. So we can stay in oversold, all right, territory for a long time. All right. So Brian, where we are, I would say we're still oversold. That RSI is looking to move down. So I think based on the price action, right? Based on the price action, we will probably make another load down, right? So break this support right here, and we'll probably make another leg down. All right.
So we're looking at, so we had one major distribution run, then we had two redistribution runs after that, basically.
Yes, yes.
If we're looking at that. So we can possibly go into another markdown. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if we've been moving it to the weekly time frame, it's a lot clearer to see, right? Where the next target might be. So on the weekly, it's so much easier to see. All right. So here on the weekly, let's see here. Here on the weekly, all right, so we've got really good support. 10,000 is where we've got really good support. All right. So if you guys look here, we have support right here, right in this area here, right here, really good support. Now this was previous resistance, which becomes support. All right, we had really good support right here. All right, really good support coming down. We're coming down now, so we've got support right here. So 10,000 is really good support. And if we look, we came from a high here, and here we are right here. All right, we don't have much to go, right? This is the move right here to get to 10,000. All right, sellers are in control. We got lower highs, lower lows, right? Lower lows, lower highs. All right, lower highs. The momentum is definitely down to the downside. 10,000 is very realistic. All right. Now, if we get to 10,000, we'll start to get excited about Bitcoin again. All right. So let's see here. Once it gets to 10,000, we'll pay close attention. We might even move it to the 240 time frame, even the 1 hour time frame, to see if we can get real buy-in to come in. All right. The next support is 4,000. All right. So we have really, guys, we got really good accumulation right here. So between 10,000 and 5,000 is where we've got really good, where price held for a long time before support and between support and resistance. All right, before it broke out above 10,000. Okay, so anything can happen. All right, we're early here on the weekly time frame. We are early in so Brian, to your question, the weekly time frame, we are early in oversold territory. All right, we are oversold, all right, on the weekly time frame, but we are early. All right, we are early in, so we are early here. So we could see I would say 70% chance, 10,000, right? 70%, good 70% chance we'll get to 10,000. All right. Once we get to 10,000, if, anything can happen, right? If we get to 10,000, then we might find accumulation, right between 10,000, it might be 10,000, 7,000, 9,000, it might consolidate in this area. And then we'll watch it to see if it makes another leg down below 4,000. All right. If it gets at 10,000, gets below 10,000, 7,000, 8,000, we might really start to see some panic, right? Panic selling. And then if we break support at 4,000, then it could really, really move lower. All right, but we are not there yet. We're not there yet. There is nothing holding from here to here. So from 10,000 to where it is right now, there's no support. So between this area right here, no support or resistance, right? So there's nothing to hold the price from moving lower. All right, so any questions on this? So this should be clear, right? This should be very, very clear on the weekly, clear on the daily, what the sellers are doing. All right, any questions here? All right. I want to get into Forex. Well, we've got a little time. I want to show you guys. I know, Brian, you had mentioned the 240. Let's take a look at the 240 just to see. I know there's nothing there. I know we had some price action on the 240. So let's just see what we've got on the 240. All right. And then we'll move to Forex.
Yeah, and the reason being is because that consolidation is so tight on that 240. And it gave a buy signal last week.
Last week, okay. Let's see here. I'm going to remove this RSI. RSI will get us in trouble sometimes. Yeah, we just have to be careful. All right, 1 second, guys. That is slow here. All right. So we here was the buy signal, Brian, that you talked about, right? And it failed. Well, it's still holding, right? It's still holding right here. Let's remove the sell short. All right, let's remove the sell short signals. All right, so here's the buy signal. This is the consolidation you talked about, Brian, here. So so pretty good support resistance right here. It's pretty good resistance right here. Right here. Support, pretty good support. I would say right here. All right, so we broke resistance right here, and we are back in the box right here. So we're back under resistance. All right, white candle, it gapped down. So it gapped down this evening, and we'll see if it holds. It doesn't look like it wants to hold, but we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. All right,
Okay.
and this is why we are not looking for buy signals on the, I mean, we need more confirmation, and we'll get solid confirmation on the daily. All right, it's just too oversold, right? It's been selling for a while, so we really need buyers to come in, right? To push the price higher to get real confirmation. Otherwise, we'll call a buy, and then we'll have to, revert back to exiting, getting out. Okay, so it's just too much selling to do anything on the forward time frame right now. Too much selling. Yeah, we need real buying to come in to change our mind on Bitcoin.
Right. Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this here. All right, so let's move on to Forex and Monster Scalper. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so who is in USD CHF? Who is in USD CHF?
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in.
Bill, Charity,
I'm in.
Carlos. Okay.
David.
Zaire. All right. Brian, are you in this one also?
No, I'm in PLN, HUF, and who else? MXN.
Okay. Anyone else in USD PLN?
I am.
Okay, Carlos, good job. All right. All right. All right. Well, good job, guys. Good job, everyone. You guys are in the dollar pairs. So you're on the right side, right? You're on the right side of the trade. That's important. All right. We want to always be on the right side. If you guys, the goal is always be to always try to be in the top trending pairs. All right. So Brian, Carlos, great job. All right, being in USD PLN, that is the #1 trending pair right now in Forex. So great job. That is the #1 trending pair. All right, hold your positions. All right. We are seeing we had a pullback towards the end of the week, right? Prices pull back a bit in the dollar. We'll take a look at the dollar index to see how it's holding. All right. It looks like things are well, so we should continue to move higher. But before I say that, let's take a quick look at the dollar index. Okay, I just want to make sure I haven't looked at this today. Let's see here, the 240, 240 daily is holding. The weekly, nice moves here, guys. Look at this. And then the monthly here, monthly is still solid. The futures market, let's see here. All right. So I think we should be fine, right? I think we should be fine. Let me go through some of the positions here. ZAR, is anyone in Bill? Are you still in ZAR?
Yeah, I'm still on. It's still, it's been doing not a whole lot the last few days.
Yeah, but you stayed in it on that pullback. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm still in it.
All right, good job. You got in at the entry at the buy signal.
Yeah, a little ahead of that.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think I got in midweek last week, or was it earlier than that? I can't remember right now.
Okay. All right. Good job. Good job. Right now, it's right at number 9 or so. Number 9. So good job. USD CHF. A number of you are in USD CHF. All right. That's trading really well, guys. All right. It's trading really well. And so, who has more than one position? Just where you've scaled up?
I got 4.
4, okay. Anyone else? Charity, did you said you've got how many positions do you have?
Yeah, I have 2.
2 positions, okay. Bill, that might be a bit aggressive. All right. So let's say it breaks this resistance here, which it looks like it should. I wouldn't add here. All right. So just hold the positions that you have. Okay. So it looks like it will break this resistance right here and move higher. This is an absolute perfect trade. You guys should take try to, when we find really good setups, take pictures of the chart, like this screen right here, and save it so that you guys remember these setups. This is an absolute perfect setup. All right, good support here, good support. All right, nice markdown phase, right? Nice markup phase, nice markdown phase, and nice mark. So you see the trend here that's happening. Our target on this is going to be right here. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for it to break resistance again so I can enter another position.
Okay. And Corey, this will be your how many positions for you?
On this
pair.
I only have 1 position in it so far. I missed the last breakout, so I'm just waiting on the next one so I can scale up.
Okay, that's fine. So you knew, so just go lightly, right? So just do just 1,000 units. Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. Wait for it to break. Wait for it to break that resistance, right? At least break. Ideally, we want the candle to close above here, but if it breaks, that's fine. All right. So the target is right here, guys. All right.
So David, can I put in another position? Or you want me to wait?
You have 1 position, right?
I do.
Yeah. And you have 1 other trade. You have only 2 trades, right? Another
No,
pair.
actually, no, I'm in 3.
You're in 3. Okay. And you haven't scaled up in any of the other pairs, right?
No, I have not.
Okay. So yeah, if you you can scale up, all right. But again, the minimum just 1,000 units. Okay, so just wait for it to break this resistance here. Let's see here. So this resistance is at, all right, 0.97, so 0.9799. Okay, so if it gets to that, which it looks like it should, all right, just add one more. All right, we want to go slow, especially for new traders, right? We want to go slow, but our target is right here. But take a picture of this, guys. Start looking for the targets. So as you got in the position here, right? We know where we were. We know we had good support down here. All right, protecting our downside, right? It's protecting our downside risk. And now we're in the trade. Now we're following up. All right, we're following up. And the goal is we wanted to get to about here. All right, so we have nice yellow support and resistance, no purple support and resistance, right? So it's holding well. All right, we'll probably get some resistance. I'm thinking over here, right? So in this area right here, we might get some resistance. Don't pay any attention to that. Just follow your price action. All right. If we get up to this area right here, we're going to watch things very, very closely. All right, because this is an area where sellers came in before. All right, so we'll watch it very, very closely because we could get selling come in here. All right, so we might monitor the 30-minute time frame very close if we can get in this area here. The hope is that we can break out. All right, so we'll watch this trade very, very closely. All right, so don't get out of the trade. Just continue to hold. Those of you who are scaling up, scale up lightly. I know Zaire, you in this also, and the goal is we want to walk it all the way up. And this is just a good example. I want you guys to use this trade here as a good example as what we should do. All right, entry, right, and you know, all the way up. All right, any questions on this trade here? Any questions on this trade? You guys understand what we are doing here? You guys understand what we are doing?
Yes.
And you want, very good. And you understand, guys, we're not just randomly getting into trades, right? We are planning things out, right? You notice there's no emotions, right? We're calm, we're cool, right? And we're just following the process. All right. So I want you guys to keep this trade as an example. Please take a picture of it and just really, you will find setups like this. Hey, Taj, welcome. Okay, you guys will find setups like this. Okay, I want to talk about Brian's trade. All right, and I hope you guys had a chance to listen to Brian, how the trade that he, I think it was USD-CNH right here. All right, so let's talk about this. All right, this is the one Brian talked about. This was his trade here, and that buy signal failed. All right, and so Brian, what are you waiting to do now with this trade since the buy signal failed?
Wait for it to give another buy signal.
Bingo, bingo.
That's it. I'm just gonna wait, and as soon as I see it, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. So guys, you notice he's not giving up on it, right? He's still going to watch it, right? He's going to wait. He's out of it, right? He's out of it, and he's going to wait for it to. Nothing has changed, right? They're still holding support. If you guys look here, they're still holding support. Let's see. All right. So Here, pretty good, right here, holding here, holding here, holding here, and then holding here. So hopefully, and the other dollar pairs are moving, so that should help. All right.
And another thing, David, there's not a lot of volume at this point either. So, you know, they're just going back and forth, buyers and sellers, buyers and sellers. So nobody's really made a move yet. So
Hey, Brian,
I'm kind of watching the volume as well.
how can
Go
you
ahead.
tell? How can you tell that there isn't a lot of volume?
I also I have TradingView as well,
Mhm.
and I use it specifically for that reason, just to kind of watch the volume to help me have another confluence. You know,
Okay.
you know, for those that don't understand what confluence is, it's just another sign, like a signal that helped me make a decision.
Confirmation, right?
Yeah, another confirmation. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I'm waiting on.
Okay, very good, very good. And those of you who were, I know some of you got in it, make sure that you're out. You should not be in this. All right. All right. Wait for another buy signal. Wait for another buy signal. All right. Any question on this trade? Any questions here? All right. Any other symbols you guys want to take a look at? Any other Forex pairs you guys want to take a look at? Okay. Some concern. There is some concern in Monster Scalper right now. Let's take a look at that. It's not a big concern. All right. Some of the pairs have pulled back a bit. All right. So let's go through that. All right. So this pair here, USD SGD, gave a sell signal. All right. So it gave a sell signal to exit. All right. Keep this on your radar. All right. Keep this on your radar. If the dollar index continues to move higher, all right. If it moves higher, you guys will get you might get another opportunity, right? So if this breaks resistance, you might get an opportunity to get another buy signal. All right, that's USD SGD. All right, USD SEK is holding nicely. All right, that's holding nicely. This would be an area here. If any one of you, if you guys are in this trade, this is a good opportunity right here to add. All right, USD SEK, but you had to have been already in this position at the buy signal here. So this over here was a good area to add. Here is a good area to add. Here is a really good area to add right here. Price held support right here, held a moving average here, green candle, right? Opened up this evening. That's a good area to add right here. If you're already, you have to be already in that position. USD SEK. All right. USD PLN. I know a few of you are in this trade right here. This is a good area if you wanted to add. Be careful. We need that moving average to kind of pull up a bit. All right, pull up a bit, but this could be a good area to add also. USD PLN. USD NOK, right? This is a good area here, but it's struggling a bit, right? It's struggling a bit to really get above resistance. Okay, so be careful. I would watch to wait to see more buying come in. All right, so resistance here. All right, we really need to see better price movement. All right, so if you want, you could add here, but remember your first position was here. So you really need to let the pair develop, start to trend. Okay, but you can add, just know that this is a bit riskier. All right, we got purple support and resistance here too, right? Purple support and resistance. All right, USD MXN. All right, pull back a bit, white candles, right? who was it? Carlos, I think you'd mentioned USD. I think you contacted me on this one, right? Was it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And
Mhm.
yeah, I remember now. And you had a red candle, right? You had a red candle and wanted to know if you should close it. Did you stay in or did you close the position?
No, I stayed in. I followed the instructions. You said hold, so I held. So I'm
Okay.
still in.
Very good. Okay, guys, I want to talk about this, right? So this is a tricky area here. Whenever we get selling come in, you will see that candle go from green to white to red. And I think when Collis contacted me, that candle was all the way down in here. So it was red. So what I told her was to wait for the candle to close. All right. So this is what happens here. All right. So this is the high of the candle right here. High of the candle. This is the low. As price move from high to low, right, the color of the candle will change, right? So if it's up in this area right here, if it's at this price up in here, it will be green. Okay, as sellers come in, right, it will turn from white. As they get down in the bottom here, it will go red. All right. Now, when buyers come back in, this is within the candle, right? It will go back and forth. Wait for that candle to close. All right. Now, if you've got, this is a bit tricky. If you've got a lot of selling and a really big candle, you might just have to just get out, right? You just close the trade. But if it's going back and forth, if it's just going back and forth, white, green to white, it won't go from, it'll go from green to white and then white to red, but it might just bounce from red, from red to white. All right. Then just wait for the candle to close. All right. We don't have to get out on a red candle, right? We always want to get out on a white arrow. That's a hard close. All right. But I don't like traders when sellers come in, you have a red candle and that candle closes red. We want to protect profits as much as possible. Okay. So, I tell traders to get out on that red candle. Wait for it to close unless that red candle is just really a big, really big candle, and you just know it's not going to close white. Okay, so our call is good job holding this. Okay, what we would like to see now, we've got white candles building up, so we would like to see green candles come in, hold this support right here. All right, and now move higher. All right. So good job controlling your emotions and staying with the trade. Was it difficult to do that?
No, you said hold, and so I'm holding.
See, I love brand new traders, right?
That's it.
They follow the process, right? Good job.
I'm holding with you, Hollis. I'm holding with you.
All
We both
right.
holding.
Good job.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's very
Yeah, it took me a long time too. It took me a long time too.
Yeah.
In the past, I would have been gone.
Yeah. That's a lot of that's selling. I mean, when you see that red candle, it really scares us, right? Not only we see that the sellers come in, but we see our P&L go lower. All right, but this could turn into a really good trade here.
But can I say something right quick though, David? About that?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So for trades like this, guys, like if you're able to catch it right at the signal, that'll give you a lot. I guess you can get a little bit more comfortable when it does this. It's when you don't catch it at the signal where it really makes you nervous. So if you can catch it at the signal, then you can kind of really hold and kind of watch that. But I do understand when you miss that signal and then you try to get in and catch it, and then it draw down on you like that, yeah, that really heightens things up. But for the most part, you know, as we continue to do this, you know, we find these great setups, and we can get in real early like we want to. Then we can let this thing do all that foolishness that it's doing, and just wait on the signal. That's what makes the monster scalper so helpful, when you can get in at the ground floor and let this thing act up how it want to act up, and you just sit back and watch it, and it'll help you, you know, gain a lot more confidence in your emotions and holding things on, let it work itself out. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Good point. I want you guys start drawing. I've got some ideas to help you guys with some charting. So as we move forward, we'll do kind of like what I do here. All right. So a lot of times when we just follow the signals, it creates a lot of emotions, right? But when you guys look at what is setting up, right, and what is possible, then we can be as subjective as possible. Okay, so let's do this. Look here, guys. Just a simple trend line helps here. All right, look here. So here. All right. So now, Carlos, we're taking your trade here, right? We're taking your trade here. And there was a lot of concern just on this one candle here. Now, your entry was right here, right?
Yep, I got in on that first candle.
Yeah, you just got in here. Look at the white candles here. See the white candles that pull back here? And you held here, right? And then buyers came back in. Very similar to what happened here. You held here. All right. So the hope is buyers will come back in. You held here, you held here. All right. And look what's forming here. We got higher lows, right? Look at that, higher lows, held here. All right, so higher lows. So the price is definitely moving higher. We've got resistance here, resistance here. All right. And guess what? All we've got to do is get to here. If we can hold, right? And I'm glad you contacted me, and rather than just panicking and getting out, right? Right. Because if the trade works out and you get buyers to come in, test this resistance right here, boy, you could get a big move to the upside here. But if you got out of it here, that's why we do this, right? If you had gotten out of it here, right? If this happens, guess what? Guess what? You're not in it anymore. All right, to take advantage of this move, because that's what's setting up. This is what's setting up here. All right. So if you guys, if you really want to test yourself, try to stay in here until the system really gives a sell signal. That's really what we should be doing. And I know it's really, really hard to do that. So I'm giving you guys an out. I'm giving you guys an out. All right. But if we just learn to really, really follow the buy and sell signals, then it removes a lot of this, right? Even if it's going from a white candle to a red candle, even if it gets a red candle, right? But I know it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust that process. It's hard to trust the system. All right. But at some point, you guys will. You will just do it. Say, oh, okay. I know it's not going to totally get away from me. Even if we get some red candles to come in, guess what? I know that, like Brian was saying, I got in here, right? I'm still in some profit. I got in here. Even if we get a big red candle to come in like this and it gets me out in here, right? Let's say I broke even, or let's say it came all the way down here and I got a loss. I understand what's going on. I understand the process. All right. And I understand that, hey, my goal is to really get this, and I can control this. All right. So just understand, I would love everyone to just follow the signal. All right. But I know that's not going to happen. But eventually, there's no that's the goal. That's the goal. All right. Eventually, once we clear out all of the emotions, all of the greed, all of all of this stuff, right? Then we can just totally focus on this and this. But I understand. I understand. If you guys, just like Carlos did, right? Our goal is we want to build those habits, right? So this trade, right? This candle was red and she was concerned about it and she contacted me, right? She did the right thing. So if you guys are in a situation, right? Don't be afraid, all right? I'm always available. I'm always here. If you get into a situation, right, and you're concerned, just let me know, all right? Carlos, it feels good to be in this, still in, right?
I don't know, David. Like I said, I'm just following the process. You said stay in, so I'm watching it and I'm learning. Everything that you just said kind of helps me begin to, like you said, understand what it's doing and why it's doing what it does. So, you've just been so helpful since I started. Even before I actually started really trading, you have just been so helpful and you haven't wavered on anything that you've said so far. So you said hold. So I'm holding. That's the end of that. So if I get into like another trade and I'm not quite sure what to do, I can remember, okay, so David said, when you see this, this is what might happen, or that's what might happen. Just hold on and wait and see. So it's all about holding and waiting and see.
I remember when Carlos, we did, when Ricky was here, and we did Ricky came on and spoke with everyone. I think that was Carlos's first day with us, or first couple of days, just coming to the training. And I remember her, now she did the coaching, the one-on-one coaching. And Carlos said, I remember her when Ricky was on and we did the video, right? She said, I'm greener than green. Right? She said, David, I'm greener than green. And I laughed, right? And she was greener than green. Never traded before. And listen to her now, right? Not only listen to her, look at what she's doing. She got into this trade, right? She didn't get out. She's holding, she's trading, right? She's actually trading, and she's trading better than most. Isn't that something? And she's trading better than most. All right. And listen to the mindset, right? She's holding, she's holding, she's holding, she's holding. Good job, Carlos. Good job. I also want to mention, I want to go back to, I love our traders. I love the growth that you guys are making. And sometimes we don't see the growth, right? Let's see here. I want to go here to Brian's trade right here. No, not this, isn't it? Right here. All right. So Brian had gotten in here. He got out. And then I think Cassidy was in it. And then we said, hey, get out of it, right? Get out of it. Because it no longer has a buy signal. All right. And Charity, did you get out? Charity?
Yeah, I did get out. Mhm.
Yeah, you got out of it, right? Those little things, right? Those little things will make a big, big difference in your discipline. All right. Getting out when you're supposed to get out, and then staying in when you're supposed to, when we are supposed to stay in. Okay. Will make a big, big difference. The goal is this. All right. And I'll end with this, unless you guys have any other questions. The goal is this, is to develop those habits here. Develop those habits here. All right. Develop those habits here. All right. Develop those habits here so that, and develop them when you trade in that mini lot, right? That micro lot, right? That's that small amount. Develop those habits so that when we start trading larger amounts, right? Then this is not a concern, right? This is not a concern. In order to build the habits here, right? This will allow us to get to trading more capital and building our accounts. All right. So I want to show you guys something here, and then I'm done. I'll be done here. If you guys look at that trend line right here, right? What we are looking for right here is for that price to hold. We really want that price to hold, right? All right, right here. All right, so we really want that price to hold. We can actually remove this here. All right, and we want that price to just follow that moving average up. Follow that moving average up. We might get this, so we have to be patient, right? Sometimes it takes a while to work out, right? We might see where the candidate, they do like this a little bit, right? Kind of work through, right? This triangle, probably get up in this area right here, hang around that resistance right here, and then break out. Okay, you guys should know by now that when we break resistance, get to love resistance. You guys should know when we break resistance, all right, when we break resistance, buyers are coming in. Buyers are coming in. Is that right? When we break resistance, do we see buyers come in, and they usually come in heavy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah, they come in heavy, right? So our goal is to be patient, patient, patient. All right. Walk the trade all the way up. All right. And get it to that resistance. Your job is to help the price get to that resistance. Right? Your job is to get that price to resistance at every way possible. Right? Slowly, slowly, slowly get it here. This is where you make money. You know, this is good. From here to here is good, right? That's good, but you really, I don't know if you guys have really experienced when you in a trade like this. All right. Has anyone here experienced it when you're in a trade like this, right? And you might have 2 or 3 lots, and then you get a big pop of resistance, and you start that reaccumulation phase, new buyers coming in, pushing the price higher. Has anyone experienced that? Has anyone here experienced that?
Yeah, remember a couple weeks ago we had that big run with the yen pairs.
Mm-hmm.
We all did pretty well on that, I thought.
Mm-hmm. How did it feel, Bill?
Good.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels really, really good. All right. So that's what we have to do. That's why this right here, I want you guys to follow this, right? And we have several traders that are in this, right? And I just hope, I am hoping for you guys that it breaks this resistance here. All right. So I know you guys are in here, you've added some positions in here, you entered in here, and I just hope that you guys, that we can get to this resistance, right? And it's not too rocky to get you guys out, right? It's not too rocky, nice and smooth. It's never nice and smooth though, right? Right. But, you know, nice green candles, yellow support and resistance. And I'm hoping we can walk it all the way up, break this resistance right here. All right. You guys have 2, 3, 4 positions and get that feeling that Bill just talked about. All right. Then when you do that a few times, boy, you're not too quick to get out of positions on these pullbacks. You just won't get out quickly, right? You will know what it feels like, right? It's like taking that winning shot, right? Taking that winning shot, right? You will always want that ball again to take that winning shot. And that's what it feels like. It feels really, really, really good. Okay. But that's what it takes. So those of you who are in this trade, or a lot of the dollar pairs are setting up this way where we're going to be testing resistance. And your goal is to protect your positions. Protect your positions at all costs. All right. Watch your emotions, right? Watch your margins, right? A lot of times we can get into these trades, right? Great trades, everything is set up, but we've over traded, right? And we get a pullback, and because we don't have any margin left, right? Our broker will kick us out of the trade, right? Because we don't have any margin left. And now we're out of the trade. Your job is to protect your trades. Walk them all the way up, right? Let's get to our next target, right? And let's manage the trade. Let's manage that trade through that breakout. Okay? Let's manage that trade through that big resistance, and then continue to manage it. All right, where we can take a small trade like this and turn it into a big trade. All right. All right. Good job,
When you
guys.
described it to me as just creating good habits and forming those habits, it really helped me to just let go of the emotional part of it. It's like, okay, I'm just following the signs, I'm following the process. So it's pretty simple and easy when you think of it that way.
Yeah, yeah. When you guys think of it that way, very good, Charity. When you think of it that way, all of the emotions go away. Not totally, but a lot of it will, because you've got an objective, you've got a target, you've got a goal, and you're focused on that. You're not focused on, you just focus on trading well, following that process. Whatever happens, happens. But the more we follow that process, the better we do. It's like anything else in life. It's like absolutely anything else in life. If we just randomly, we know now what we're looking for. Markdown phase, markup phase. We know that, right? Now we just have to manage the in between, right? The in between. All right. And good example with Charity, right? Getting on that trade, Brian's trade, getting in, and then, we had to, hey, we need to get out of that trade, right? And then Carlos, right, contacted me, right? I was really glad she contacted me, all right? Because yeah, when that red candle comes in, oh, it's a scary thing. When those sellers come in, it's a scary thing. All right. So I want you guys start taking pictures of these setups take pictures, print them out. So you remember what these perfect trades look like. Not perfect trade, not perfect trades as in how much money they made, right? But perfect trades as far as the setup. That's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for the best setup. This setup right here is very, very different. Very, very different. All right. And I'm just gonna randomly pick something. I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna randomly pick something. All right. Very different setup than this. This is a very, 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 very different setup. And you guys should be able to, as we move through this, right? As we move through this, you guys should be able to start to figure out the setups. All right. The price, look at this here, right? And we'll start introducing some drawings, okay, to help you guys. All right. Look here. And I know it's easy to do it after the fact, but we can do it before it happens too. Okay. All right. Look at this here. Here is your breakout here. All right. All right. Any questions, guys? Good job. Good job. Good job. Any questions on anything? Okay. Good job staying with the dollar pairs. Most of you guys, right? Or you guys are in the dollar pairs. Stay with them. All right. Some of them are pulled back a bit, but stay with them. USD PLN is the top trending pair. We have dollar Swiss right there also. USD HUF right there also. ZAR is right there. Look at ZAR, man. All right. Good job, Bill. Right. Good job. ZAR is right there. USD DKK right there. Okay. So you guys have seen a few rotations, so you're doing a good job. Yes, Carlos?
David, I just wanted to remind you to send us out some information or webinars or something on the margin, understanding the margin.
Okay, I will. I'll find something. Baby pips is good, but I went through an exercise with was it Corey? Corey, I think it was with you, right? We went through an exercise during your coaching as to the cost of the different pairs. Was that you, Corey? I think that was you, Corey. Yeah. Guys, there is a, if you guys, let's see here. Okay, so I remember it now. So if you guys, I know some of you, most of you are using forex.com. Some of you are using Hugo's Way. All right. I know in forex.com, you guys can go ahead and put in the symbol. So you can put in the symbol. All right. And then go to buy, but don't buy, right? Don't actually buy. All right. And you will see the cost, how much it's going to cost you guys for that particular pair. Some of these pairs are more expensive than others. Okay, so you guys should know before you enter that trade what it's costing you per lot. Okay, so USD PLN, for example, all right, just a unit, right? 1,000 units. Okay, that's $50. All right, USD CHF, that's $30. All right, so even with there, that's a big difference. AUD, Aussie Swiss, that's $20 and change. All right, dollar ZAR, that's $69 and change. All right, so there's a different cost, different margin. All right, so I'll get those for you guys so that you guys know All right, so you know what the cost is when you enter that trade. And USD TRY, that's $119, right? $119 for one trade. So you can trade a lot more Aussie Swiss. All right, so we want to be very, very careful. And I know ZAR, yeah, ZAR is expensive too to trade. And every time we take on a trade, every time we add, we scale up, we add in more to our margin. Every time the price comes down, all right, that reduces our margin. So we want to be very, very careful of that. All right.
It seemed like the ones you mentioned that were higher price are the ones that I have in my mind that have been pretty volatile. Like, even though TRY is trending up pretty well right now, it's traditionally been pretty volatile. So I wonder if that has something to do with it just being a higher cost.
Yeah, so the ones that are more expensive are usually more volatile. All right. Now you can make more money, right? You usually can do better, right? But just know that there is a cost associated with that. Okay. And that's going to eat up your margin. All right. Okay. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go over that more and more. All right. Because if we don't have enough margin, and we could be in a this right here, USD DKK, right? This is a really good trade, right? But if we don't have enough margin, or we trading with really low margin, we could get kicked out of the trade. So one move down, one candle down, just a pullback could get us out of that trade. All right. So just be careful of that. And it will show you on your system how much margin in real time, where you are as far as your margin, always. So always keep an eye on that, because it will change. All right.
So should you have more capital, or more money in your account than your margin? Where the margin is coming from?
Your margin is coming from your capital. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't put more capital to increase your margin. I would just trade less. Okay, just trade less, and then watch the pairs. So you have several dollar pairs. Some are better than others. I like the Swiss. I like I like dollar CAD, dollar Swiss. They're usually a lot cheaper. Okay. But again, if you know, we always want to go with the better setup too, right? So what you might do is, you know, you might go heavy with dollar Swiss, because I think dollar Swiss is about $20. Okay. Now you might go heavy with dollar Swiss. So, but then with USD TRY, you might want to trade less. Okay. So you guys have to play with it. Don't just take the trades, right? Kind of play with the margins, right? All right. So has anyone ever gotten out of a trade because of margin, where you had your you thought you were fine, and then the broker kicked you out of the trade because of margin?
Yeah, that happened to me a couple weeks ago.
It
There
happened
was
to
a
you?
pullback. I
Yeah,
think it was
it happened to me a lot.
dollar CAD.
Okay.
Yeah.
You too, Brian?
Oh yeah, that happened. Especially when I first started.
Yeah, it's happened to me. Yeah, I mean, it's happened to me. It's, you know, I don't like it, right? I don't like it when it happens, because it gets you out of the trades, and then you know, the trades take off. So funny thing is, usually when that happens, the trade end up doing really well. You know, so just watch your margins, watch the pairs that you're trading. Some pairs are more expensive than others. Okay. All right. So we get into the point now, we're just fine-tuning things, guys. We're just improving things. Okay. We're just improving the process. All right. So, All right, guys, take care. Have a great week. Stay with your trades. Stay with your trades. Stay with your trades. We're starting to see some selling coming in, but most of the pairs are holding up nicely. All right. If anything changes drastically, I will let you guys know. Those of you who are in the Forex, in the Monster Scalper group, you guys will get dedicated messages from me. Sometimes those will come early in the morning. All right. If things are really changing, just check your phone. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.